This black female mayor, or better yet, former supervisor of this township, ex-supervisor, ex-mayor, gets nightmare news after plot against township fails miserably. You probably already know who I'm referring to here. Mayor Tiffany Henyard of Dalton is under FBI investigation for using tax money to fund her lavish vacations, a $1 million giveaway, and a $287,000 salary. Well, sort of. It says here she just launched a podcast, and I can only imagine how much of a ratchet, hot mess that will be.
Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor. So I heard you guys was looking for me. If you're looking for Tiffany Henyard, press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. So, what do you want me to talk about? This or that? This and that? Or me? Tiffany A. Henyard. You pick. Put your questions in the comments, and I'm going to answer all questions. Just be respectful. If you're disrespectful, I'm not going to answer it. Because remember, I got the tea with the receipts. Matter of fact, if you want the tea, get it from me. Go tell that.
She's going to have to do something to replace that income because her ass is gone. She failed to secure re-election. And she also just says, F this, I'm out. I'm out. Tiffany Henyard skips final regular meeting during tenure as Thornton Township supervisor. Chicago Tribune shows an empty seat there. I guess the best way to describe this would be a sore loser. But also, actions speak louder than words. We've said that multiple times before. And she was only in this for the money. Not that she would ever in any way, shape, or form be in comparison to President Trump, for whom he is purely doing this out of the goodness of his heart, volunteering, not accepting a paycheck, spending money out of his own pocket and make improvements to the White House and the highest cost of all, his life. Fortunately spared, but just inches, folks, seconds away from a completely different outcome. Praise God. Tiffany Henyard's final meeting as Thornton Township supervisor took place without her on Tuesday night. The embattled former Thornton Township supervisor and Village of Dalton mayor was ousted from South suburban politics after losing 2 seats in recent elections. This, honestly, is not to brag. It's not to gloat or anything like that. It is to inspire and it is to motivate the realization, thought, and idea, the manifestation of change. Because as we see this happening, as we see instances like this happening, we see America waking up. We see people becoming smarter, wiser. We see these videos, these podcasts, these conversations, these posts on social media, on X, actually being effective in making this positive change happen. Henyard, who's been the focus of an FBI probe over questionable use of taxpayer funds, lost the Democratic nomination for Thornton Township supervisor during a December 2024 caucus and failed a legal challenge that followed, leaving her as a long shot write-in candidate. It's crazy, though, that it takes the legal challenges to get them out instead of people just waking up and wising up. And the reason why I said earlier that her $287,000 salary was under investigation by the FBI, sort of, is because breaking corrupt records reveal America's worst mayor, Tiffany Henyard's taxpayer-funded positions paid $347,000 last year. That's a substantial jump from the $287,000.
Supervisor,
Oh, stop it, man.
Come on now.
Go on, be with
people want to know what's next for you.
know what's next. Why you out here? Why are you out here?
We were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks, tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last hurrah, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never vote and didn't vote for her before. But I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her. She's nasty.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dalton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance. That's despite the fact Dalton taxpayers spent six figures on two SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
Can you imagine if you had a job that paid you $347,000 a year? If you had a job that almost paid you $1,000 a day, would you do a good job? Would you do a good job? Would you want to do a good job? Would you try to keep that job? Would you try to make it so that people wanted you to keep that job and perhaps maybe even give you more of a pay raise? So, yeah, there's that. Henyard, obviously she's a hot ratchet mess. I have to say that this is learned behavior. I'd have to say that this is learned behavior.
Reviewing the FEC records that recently just came out, and we're going to be having more reports in the coming days here on Loomer Unleashed and also on my X account. So please be sure that you're following me on X at Laura Loomer.
So this is Democrat Congress. I don't know if this is a misspelling or a typo, but it says Democrat congressman instead of Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Is that a jab from Laura Loomer? Wants you to think she is a serious lawmaker, but she acts like a hood rat every time a camera's on her, screaming about being a black woman like she's about to start a fight in the parking lot of a Popeyes. This is who the Democrats are proudly promoting, ratchet trap queens. This is the same Jasmine Crockett who physically assaulted Laura Loomer. And DC correspondent Charles Downs and Capitol Police are still sitting on the police report, not doing anything about it. The Democrat Party has turned Congress into a circus. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. President Trump is making his way. He's actually coming back from Saudi Arabia now, I believe. And like I said, I think this is learned behavior. Where does this come from? Perhaps maybe she get it from her mama. Maxine Waters, obviously not Jasmine Crockett's mom, but believe it or not, this is just how black women act in public, is what Bow-Tied Ranger says. Maxine Waters is harassing federal employees outside the Department of Education. Yeah. And, I'm going to come back to this one. This one hits home, but this right here is all graduations are special, but neurosurgery school graduations are the most specialist. Somebody's like, why do they act like this? Why do they act like this? And, it's like, well, why do they act like this? And this one here, I don't know if you guys can pick up on this. And these aren't just black women. These are graduates here. But the one leading the charge there, she's definitely, I'm not going to say nothing. But the mask wearing is like today, like if you're wearing a mask today, it says something. But then as you walk away, you take the mask off. So why were you ever wearing the mask to begin with? Oh, look, a bunch of future Starbucks baristas walking out of a graduation ceremony. Wow, college graduates walk out as MAGA Republican governor speaks. Shocker. They have a bright future ahead of them. And as long as they are okay with the new Starbucks dress code, they should be fine.
I believe that. I believe that we will. I believe that we will. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
but I can guarantee you this learned behavior, these actions leading to demands for higher pay and protests against corporations that have created this massive company for you to even have a job to serve expensive, shitty ass coffee will lead to the rapid implementation of AI to replace your ass. Okay. And they've even started introducing AI in school and making AI far more effective than standard teachers in less time. So AI is going to be taking away a lot of jobs. AI is going to be taking away a lot of jobs. And, you know,
a school in Texas is turning heads with its bold approach to education. At Alpha School, students spend 2 hours a day learning with AI teachers. The artificial intelligence adapts its lessons to each student, providing one-on-one personalised education. So what happens after those 2 hours are done? Well, the rest of the day is all about real-world skills, from tying shoelaces to learning how to swim and solving 100-piece puzzles. And the results are surprising. Students are scoring in the top 1 to 2% nationally, with the results so strong the model is expanding to states including Florida, California and New York.
Speaking of graduations here, in a hot mess, this one's kind of interesting. It says, or asks, should Carmelo Anthony be allowed to participate in his high school graduation? Since he's out on bond and bail before he awaits his murder trial, whose trial do you think is going to be crazier? Carmelo Anthony's or Diddy? Because Diddy's getting a little nasty. They're talking about Diddy. They're comparing his ding dong to a damn Tootsie Roll. Not sure what that's all about, but this here says, Terrible says the new graduation celebration. I got to run this one back because you see him making it rain right there. He comes off the stage, he graduates, he throws his money in the air. It's like he ain't got no money to pay no damn student loan bills, but he got money to make it rain in this auditorium. They're going to be future TikTok stars. Just, I got a degree, I graduated, and now I'm just dancing. I'm just dancing. Like, it's almost like they've gone backwards in time. And this is how they're going to make their living, by just dancing. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But again, this is learned behavior, and this one here, I haven't actually listened to it, but it caught my attention, and I'm going to play it with you, and we're going to watch it at the same time. It says, a black woman telling you this about black women says a lot. Now, I can't say that this situation is the majority, because I personally have not met the majority of black women. A lot of black women I encountered have these exact characteristics, traits in them.
I encourage black men to date white women or to date women that are not black. And I say this because I believe that black men deserve respect. They deserve to have a submissive woman. They deserve to be with someone that will value them. A lot of black women are spiritually broken, emotionally unstable, and I just think that they're not going to look inward and do anything about it. So I think instead, maybe we need to dilute these out of here. And if you want your children to be educated, you definitely don't go for black women, because black women, children, they simply can't read, and they cause chaos, and they have no home training. So if you want some children that are going to be good children and be raised to be good adults, then don't make black women. Not to mention, if you want to wear the pants in your household, yeah, definitely don't go for black women, because, yeah, you know they wear the pants. And if you don't want them to hold things over your head all the time, yeah, I wouldn't go for black women. And not to say that white women or Hispanic women or other women don't do these things, but black women, you can't tell them anything. They're incorrectable. You cannot correct the black woman. And this is why they are the bottom of the bottom. And obviously, I know it's not all black women, but it is a good majority, and they need to be stopped.
That's an interesting one, because I came across a post, and I think it was like the endowment syndrome or something. If you know anything about it, you know, chime in the comment section. What do you guys think about what she had to say here? I saw a video the other day of a black woman being presented with a home that her husband had bought as a surprise, and she absolutely flipped out and lost it because it was not good enough for her. Okay.
Where are we? Who house?
It's our house, babe. I just bought it.
This house?
Yeah, this house, babe. What's wrong with
This not the house we agreed on. Why would you do that?
This is what I could afford, babe. I bought this because it's what I could afford.
You care about me being happy or you being happy? Because I'm not happy with this. This is not what you was supposed to have bought.
I care about both of us being happy, and you're not making no payments.
I don't care about that. I'm not gonna want to stay here. I'd rather stay where we at now.
Where we at now, where we at right now, we renting. This we own in here. You know, the property value can go up.
No.
You ain't even seen the inside.
I don't want to see the inside. To me, it look no. To be honest.
What's wrong with this house?
It's small. Look at that little window. Like it's small. Like I don't even want to be here. And then you talking about some that you can afford it. Like you can afford better than this.
You don't spend all your money on the house, babe. You got to keep something in the bank.
Okay, and we have enough in the bank to get something better than this. This is not what I expected to how I wanted to live my life. Certain enough for my kids.
You gonna help me pay the bills, babe?
No.
Okay, so then what? Let's go see the house. Let's go at least look in the house.
Come on,
babe.
who car?
This is the agent car. Golly.
No wonder.
Not something wrong with his car.
This is a mess. Look at the neighborhood. Nobody don't even rake up the leaves. Come on, open the door.
You tripping, bro. You tripping. Man, come here.
Boy, what is this, a closet? Is this a closet?
All this space, and you call it a closet. We got 3 bedrooms in here.
We have a sectional. How are we supposed to fit our sectional in here?
Right here, somewhere.
This is crazy. And you done got Wi-Fi.
Take your shoes off, babe. I just got done cleaning.
Like, now you being disrespectful. Like, I'm not really feeling this.
Wow.
Look at the master. Come on.
Wow, what's wrong with come on. The master back here, babe. What's wrong with this?
This is a hot mess.
What's wrong with it?
The wall is done. Like, you're going to have to do a whole lot of renovating. I don't want these little country apartment doors in here. This the master?
This the master bedroom, babe.
You signed documents already for this?
Yeah, this is our house. I already paid the down payment and everything.
Can we get a refund?
Why we need to get a...
We can't get a refund at all.
No, that's not how it works. Once you sign the documents, baby,
we need some type of refund because we're not staying here. You're not staying here. The kids not staying here. Nobody's staying here. It's just going to be a ghost house, exactly what it is.
Homes are expensive. They're hard to come by. I don't think I would be turning my nose up to one being gifted to me as a gift from my significant other, my spouse. This ratchet entitlement behavior. Now, look, this is not black. This is not a monolith. Okay. A black woman saying this about black women. Come on, guys. You know, if you know, you know, right? The time has come. He's going to jail. Tulsi Gabbard leaves Fox News, ... I think that this is a beautiful day. We have reached a turning point in American history, and I am extremely excited to see this. He's going to jail. She's going to jail. People are being held accountable. Last night we saw AOC just nut up because she realized her words can be used against her in a court of law. Anything she says can be used against her in a court of law. And she around. She's about to find out. And so many others. We're going to see Tulsi Gabbard. We're going to see Pam Bondi. We're going to see Kash Patel. We are going to see the MAGA movement, this mandate in action, folks. It's been gearing up. It's been a little over 100 days, but the wheels are getting in motion. And once we build this momentum, the Democrats are at their lowest rating since 2013, I believe, just going down in a glorious blaze. Okay.
Congressional Democrats staring down their lowest approval rating since 2013. Only 30% of registered voters approve and 66% disapprove. A new NBC News poll found the Democratic Party as a whole now sits at its lowest favorability in the history of its polling. Just 27% of voters have a positive view of the party.
And the phoenix rising from the ashes here, Tulsi Gabbard leaves Fox News, which then, it made me think about Benny Johnson and, Judge Janine. She left Fox News. She's now with the Trump administration, and she gets replaced by whom? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, well, it's clear. Obviously, I saw this picture. I was like, Alina Habba, which would make perfect sense. But I think it was only temporary for the show. I don't know if you guys watch Benny Johnson or if you've even heard of Benny Johnson. Let me know if you saw that one. But, check out Alina Habba making her way into the courtroom in Newark to prosecute the mayor, Ras Baraka. Homeboy done f***ed up. These folks done f***ed up. They about to find out. Stay tuned, folks. We got a lot more to discuss, a lot more wins to celebrate, a lot more dollars to put in the Donald Trump was right jar.
Make way, make way, make way, make way. What we got here? Make way, guys. Make way, guys. What we got here? Father, you want to come? Us, and now we're showing up for him.